Hi, it has been a while. My name's Amy, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm Pills and Ponderings here on YouTube and on Instagram. I don't know what happened. It was July and now it's February and time has passed and stitching has been done a small amount. There's been some yarny stuff too. There's mostly been a toddler that doesn't sleep, and a lot of ums. So it's taken me a long time to film, but I had a gorgeous shout out from Georgie, Crafty Rogue Gamer, who's Flosstube words. I have been watching for a while. She's not long come back to a more regular filming schedule, and it's been really great catching up with all of her projects. So thank you for the push to get filming again. I'm looking at notes, they're down here. I'm going to go through what I've done since January. I can't even figure out what I've done and when, so we're just going to go through stuff I've worked on since January. Then a whip parade, because I have all of my whips in a box, I think. Maybe there might be other ones hidden other places, but these are the ones that I think I can remember. As we go through, there's a couple in there that I'm not sure are going to continue as whips because I just have no drawer to work on them. Have no drawer to get rid of them at the moment either, so we'll see what happens. I've then got some yarny stuff, but I'll link all the times below so that you can skip past the yarny stuff if you're not interested. Then plans, they'll be very loose and vague, and I probably won't stick to them because as soon as I vocalise them, the plan drops and disappears. But we'll make them anyway, and then maybe a bit of chat and a catch up at the end. We'll see how it goes, how long this takes, how the light's doing, and take it from there. This is part of a disassembled bed because we're rearranging the furniture again, and this is a quilt top that I made years and years and years and years and years ago, that is still just a quilt top and has not had any backing applied or any quilting done to it, but it's beautiful, so we're using it as a backdrop. Okay, since the beginning of January I have worked on the following. I started the year with, she says, where is it? There it is. Sorry for crinkling. This, which is by Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole, who is a fellow Welsh Flosstuber. If you haven't come across her, please go and watch Jen. And she's done a beautiful Christmas pennant type design that has Nadolig Llawen, which is Merry Christmas in Welsh, or the English translation. I'm doing it on 11 count Ada, with a DMC pearl cotton, one of their variegated ones, and it's really nice because it's big holes and it's a very easy, my eyes are tired but I still want to stitch kind of thing. I was on a really good roll with it, and then I think I got distracted by a new start. My plan is to get this out and finish it in Christmas in July, but definitely by next Christmas so I can get it up. I also really want to do this as some tiny or smaller stitching, or maybe a 32 count 1/1 and do it really tiny to hang on Christmas trees, but we'll see. Let's finish this one first. Second is, and I'm really sorry because I don't have cover photos for these, and every time I try and do this as an edited thing and put in pictures, it takes such a long time to upload. My phone just has a complete meltdown and this is all I have at the moment, so I'll try and link things below if people want to see the cover images, because I just don't think that's going to work this time. This is, I think, Viv Stitches. It's a patchwork flag, and they've done the Welsh flag, which never happens, and the light is really bad and I don't think I have anything, oh maybe this, because the grey of the Welsh flag, because I'm doing the Welsh flag, really doesn't show up very well. Let's try that. They're beautiful little patchwork designs. I'm going to hit this one here is going to be half grey, and then we're into the green at the bottom of the Welsh flag. It's only 4 colours. I'm doing this on 22 count hardanger. Hardanger? Yeah, maybe. Beautiful needle minder, which is from Jess Gets Stitching. It's Bristol based. She's been having a needle minder sale. I don't know whether she still is. And yeah, really, really pretty. And great, very strong magnet as well. 22 count is nice. It's quite hard going with the like very pale grey on it, so I'm excited to get to the green. Oh, colours. These beautiful colours. Sorry, I've got a croaky voice as well now. Welsh flag colours. And on beautiful floss drops from Kate Blanford. We've got the sparkly ones, and they're designed to have the little bit of tag from the flosses round there, but I didn't have any sellotape to hand and they fell off. So because I only have 4 colours, I don't need them. But lovely. They've got a little heart to put your working bit of thread on as well. And my really fun new scissors, because I love a pair of little scissors. They look like a pair of specs. And I've got a very sharp little pair of scissors from a sewing craft shop just down the road from where I work, which has become a frequent lunchtime jaunt. Right, what have we got? Just going to check my notes to see what else I worked on. Oh yeah, I started... if you've been here before, you may remember my Our Year Sal. It was originally released as a stitch along, I think, in maybe 4 parts by Historical Sampler Company, and it was one piece, but I split it up and I'm doing them individually, and I've translated it into Welsh as well. I'm not a Welsh speaker, but my husband is, and our small human will be bilingual, and so I'm doing them for the small human. I really like these. I have done January, February. These have all been seen before, but I'll show them anyway. March, April, May, June, July, and August, and I have just made a really small start on September. This is actually the first one that I've started in the middle. I usually start with a border and get that out of the way, but I've decided to start in the middle and work my way out instead. We'll see how that goes. So I have 3 and a bit left to do. The colours are really, really beautiful. It's on an 18 count vintage country mocha, I think. And they're all just DMC called for. I think the pattern's still available. Sorry for the noises. And then the last thing that I've worked on since January that is cross stitch is a birth sampler for some friends of mine. I'm aiming to get it done by their baby's first birthday, which is in June. This is on some, is it fabric? It might be fabric flare. It's fabric flare. I don't know what the colour is. But just cloud pink purple. It's very iridescent, and it looks like this. I've got a dangling needle there. I'm very glad to have all of the trees and the mountain out of the way. That was a lot of grey. It was supposed to be black. I switched it to DMC 3799 because I prefer the charcoaly grey. It's a little bit less harsh. I've been working on this bit. It's counting, it's taking time, but it's you can't really see how sparkly the fabric is, but it's really pretty. It's got a big bit up here. I can't remember who it's by. It was from Etsy, and then I've charted the name and date and time and things for the bottom, if I can remember where I put those. Boob needle minder, courtesy of Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, and I think it's an old Hello Treacle pin that Helen turned into a needle minder. Either way, it's the one I use on birth samplers, because why not? Oh, sorry, I sound really out of breath, so I do apologise. The floss drop, the colours for this one are on these beautiful floss drops by Charlie Feathers. Charlie from Charlie Feathers. They're gorgeous. They're all, I think they're jelly print. She makes them all herself. Some have got little doodles on them, or prints or stamps. They're cardboard, but they're really robust, and they've got a little hole. She sells them via her Ko-fi, whatever, however we describe that. And I've got a few sets, and she also did some beautiful custom floss cards for me for a Hate that I have not yet started, or even kitted up, but I really wanted some of her cards to keep all of the things under control there. This project is in a home case from Canny Little Fox, and they're so well made, they're so nice. You'll see a couple more of her travel cases. This one has bees on the inside, and then some places to hang, some clips to hang stuff on, a little thread catcher, walk catcher, a bit of felt to keep a needle in, so loads of pockets, a zip pocket, and then a sleeve. So yeah, fantastic, go and check her out. That's all of the stitching that I've done since January, and now I'm just going to kind of dive in. There's no time, there's no order, it's the order they come out of the box, so we shall see what arises. But I've actually got a second project in here, so that's coming out now. This is Hello Sunshine from Catapillar Cross Stitch. It's the fourth for me of the seasonal trees. I've done the other three. I was going to frame them, but I've done them all on 14 count Ada, and they come out ever so slightly too big for an A4 frame and way too small for a bigger frame. I don't want to custom frame them all because that would be really expensive. So I think what I'm going to do is turn them into wall hangings, and then they're really easy to swap out. But the colours are great. They're really easy patterns to follow. And at some point they will go on a wall somewhere. I have to finish it first. The colours for that, I've actually switched on to some more of Charlie's floss drops, smaller ones this time, because I don't like the new style of Catapillar cross stitch thread cards. I find them really difficult to use, so I've cut all the threads and loaded them onto here. I twisted them all and it's all just a giant mess, but Charlie's floss drops are beautiful. So bear with. Right, let's dive in and see what comes out first. Okay, this is Fabulous Women in History by Clouds Factory. I haven't worked on this possibly since my first Whip Parade, but I really do want to. We've got Maya Angelou completed as a separate one. She's beautiful. I might try and get her framed and up because she's just lovely. Really nice patterns to follow. I did start doing another one but I'm probably not going to finish this because there are views that I do not agree with, that she has publicly shared, and therefore I don't really want to celebrate her on my wall. So yeah. Okay, we have Amelia Earhart right in the middle here. There's a nameplate that goes underneath. Clouds Factory stuff is quite nice because there's very little backstitch, though I do appear to have not done some of this. I thought I'd finished it, obviously haven't, so it's a reasonably big piece of fabric. There's quite a few, I think there's like 20 odd women on there. There's a few others that are contentious, but there are some extra patterns you can buy that will fit in, so I might buy a couple of those and swap them out, and I'll talk about that when I get to it. Colours are all DMC. I think there was the option for some overdyes, but I've just gone with the DMC colours. Oh, actually, I might have a picture of what it's supposed to look like at the end. Sorry, rustling. No, I won't waste the time. Maybe when I work on it, I'll make sure I've got a picture. Diving on in. Another canny little fox. This is the Notions pouch, but it fits a little bookmark pattern really nicely. This is a Michael Powell one that I have been working on for a ridiculous amount of time, given the size of the project. It is Venice bookmark. I started this over 10 years ago. It really shouldn't have taken very long, but it does have, so it's 4.5 centimeters by 20 centimeters and contains like 21 colours, and quite a few blends. This is where I am. I think I was doing bits and pieces, but I'm now working my way up and trying to fill it all in, so I'm getting there, but I never seem to work on it for very long, and therefore it's taking me forever. I really do want to finish this year. We shall see. There's going to be a lot of backstitch once I've actually finished the stitching itself. I think I've probably got a pair of scissors in, yeah, scissors in here as well. Scissors everywhere. But great little pouch. This often goes into my work bag. I tend to knit on my way to and from work, rather than cross stitch, but sometimes it lives in there just in case. It's more of a summer thing because you need really good light, because some of the colours are very similar. Let's see what else is coming up. What have we got? Oh, there's a couple of half-finished like magazine patterns in here. So we've got some green beans that I'm pretty sure are in the called for DMC. Peas. They're peas, not green beans. But they're not finished. I have the pattern. I may finish them one day. It's a lot of stitching for some vegetables. I think it was supposed to be a card for somebody, but we'll see. Maybe one day I'll finish it. And the other one, which I do really want to do at some point, but I didn't even kit it up. This is, because I have the picture for this one, I think. Yeah. This is Michael Powell came in one of the World of Cross Stitcher, maybe. This is my working copy. It's not a big design. It's here. It's got a little needle minder that I don't know where it came from. I've done like all of the sky and some of the mountain. I think I was trying to use the called fors, and I didn't have my full DMC kit set at the time. So I think I only managed to find like 3 colours that I actually had. It'll get pulled out again. I might try and add that to a Christmas in July kind of theme. We're going on holiday in June, July, so it might be done then. This one I think is going to be frogged and I'll reclaim the fabric because I'm just not feeling it. It's a Doreen Jones free stitch along. It's called Flowers and Butterflies or something along those lines. I started it when my small human was very, very new, and it was a lot more stitching than I expected it to be. That's as far as I got, so I feel like I'm just going to reclaim this fabric and find something else for it. It's not showing up very well. This was a 32 count even weave, which is a Fabric Flare exclusive for Lakeside Needlecraft called Springtime. It's lots of greeny, yellowy, bluey-ness. It's not showing up very well in the light. But yeah, so I will probably unkit that because I'm just not feeling it. I apologise because most of these have no context and very little stitching, so they don't make much sense. This one, I don't think I have a picture of the completed one because it was a... oh. No, not a completed one, but it'll give you an idea. Another Clouds Factory one. This was a stitch along in a year. 2017. I don't think I've got much past this. It was a mystery stitch along. I was doing it with one of my other friends. She's finished it. She did it on, very sensibly, on Ada. I did it on even weave, and it's a beautiful piece of even weave by, I can't remember, but somebody who doesn't do fabric anymore. It's so soft, but I just find it really hard work to work on. But again, the colours are amazing. I will finish it. This is the Kraken. The Kraken is awesome. I love doing a whip parade. I remember how much I love all my projects. And then get annoyed that I have no time. But yeah. So Kraken next, and then we'll see where we go from there. But very, very cool. Needleminder, can't remember where he's from, but he's a little, like, unicorn Pegasus-y thing. Very heavy little needleminder. Let's put that one away. Interestingly, I don't seem to have a huge amount of floss. Next up is what is this? This is another Michael Powell. You're sensing a theme. This is called English Village No. 1, I believe. There will be a picture because this was a kit. His kits are really good. This is what it will look like when it's finished. The colours are awesome. And this is where I am. I'm a centre starter. I tend to just pick a colour and work out from there. I've made a working copy because otherwise I can't figure out where I'm going. And yeah, this is probably 14 count, 14 count Ada with anchor threads. I will get back to it because they're really nice pieces, but he does use a lot of blends and there's a lot of confetti, so some bits are really nice to work on and some bits end up feeling like a bit of a chore. The back stitch always feels like a chore but makes such a huge difference. It's well worth doing. I have one of his Greek Village that I need to get framed at some point, and I probably will get that properly framed because a lot of years and years and years went into that. This one is almost certainly going to be frogged. It won't be frogged because there's a load of stitching in it. It might be rehomed. I think I've got all the colours here. It's a camper van. I'm just not feeling it anymore. At the time I think I started this, which would have been 13 or so years ago, several people I knew were really into campers. I was like, that's cool, I'll do that and gift it to somebody, and I'm just not feeling it anymore. Maybe I will. It's a really soft piece of linen, I think. Linen or even weave, no idea on the count. Maybe 14. if anybody wants it, let me know. I think I've only got my working copy though. It came out of a magazine. I've got my working copy, but I think the magazine probably went on my shelf. Goodness knows where the magazine is now. So, and I don't know which magazine it was from. I think it was Cross Stitcher. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, it was a Cross Stitcher one, but it would have been a long time ago. And I've tried to find the pattern, and I can't. But if anybody wants it, let me know in the comments. If multiple people want it, I'll pick names out of a hat. Yet another thing I've not finished in good time, because the small human I was making this birth sampler for is 5 now, I think. At least. This is a Doctor Who birth sampler. I have a picture. Here we go. So this is black and white. It's not in black and white. That's not the name. That's just the made up name that went on the front. This is, what have I got? Needleminder on there. 3 broomsticks one that came from somebody. Looks like the Starbucks logo. Oh, lots of things that we don't support anymore. We've got TARDIS. I think there's going to be a Dalek in this top corner, and then I will have to chart the bit in the middle. It's on a very pale blue, so I got Ada 14 count. Actually really nice to work on. Every time I get it out, I'm like, oh, this is fun, and then I put it away and forget about it again. The aim this year is to maybe finish some things rather than start all of the things. But we'll see. There's no pressure. Life is short. We're going to work on the things we enjoy. This one is a beast. It's a kit. It's all in Russian. Kingdom of Books is the name I know it by. There we go. It's really, really stiff, Ada. Comes with a huge wodge of threads. I don't know what the threads are. They're quite soft. There's several cards worth of threads. The background is all stitched. And I am here. So we're right in the middle, kind of over the gate. I haven't worked on it in ages. It's an awkward piece to work on because it's wide rather than deep, so I have to kind of work on it sideways on my scroll frame, partly because the Ada's so stiff as well. It really isn't going into like a handheld hoop very easily, but I will work on it because I really want to get that up on the wall. I think it'd be a great piece to actually have up. Trying to go more along the lines of only stitching things that I can actually see myself doing something with now, because so much time goes into them. This is another piece that will one day definitely go on the wall. Really sorry for all the zipping. The small human has gone out for an hour, so I'm making use of the time that I have. This is Library Fairy by Hannah Lynn. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's the only Heaven and Earth Designs that I have started. I'm not doing the background. I started it on some really pretty fabric that was like 25 count. I was doing it 1/1. I wasn't enjoying it, so I got in touch with Lauren, Cross Stitch Bunny, who has a shop as well. Can't remember the name of it. And she had the most amazing Galaxy fabric and was able to get it for me in an 18 count. So I think this needleminder came from Lauren as well, actually, in the same order. And here is just the top of her wing. I'm doing page by page, and to start with I'm just doing the black outline, and that's my plan, is to do, I mean, it's a huge piece of fabric, because 18 count rather than 25 count is gonna do that. So she's gonna be big, but my plan is to do all of the black and then go back and do all of the colour on each page. And we shall see. I've got a lot of black, basically, to be getting on with. She has to go on my frame, and at the moment, small human can't be trusted with frame up and about because they're very interested in things. And yeah, needles and stuff. This is my first mirrorabilia. Started this with Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, at the Floss Friends retreat in October 2022. It was part of a year of starts that we'd sort of planned, and then we lost momentum, should we say. And then this is Autumn Queen. I have all of the queens. This is the only one I have kitted up. Plan is to do them all, but I don't think I'd fully appreciated just how big they all are. But this is what I have so far. She's on I think they're called for white linen. I'm kind of regretting not doing her on a dyed one, but I've started now. I haven't started that much. I could frog it and dye it, but I think we'll stick with it. Kind of looks like a weird cat shape sort of mermaid thing. If you can just about see, pale pink on white. Not easy stitching. I started sort of in the middle-ish and decided to do this big chunk and didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to, so it's gone away. But she will come out because I really want to do a mirror, and I've got all the queens and a load of fairies, and so we'll just see. Maybe that's one for, I don't know, when the Haid is finished. Lols. Also in the box we have, this was from, I want to say like Not Enough Whip Bags, maybe? Also from the Floss Friends retreat. It didn't have anything in it for a while, and now it has Autumn Jack in it. This was a kit that I picked up by Stitchy Ferret, Screaming Heart Designs, but Stitchy Ferret did the hand-dyed orange floss and the hand-dyed fabric, which is, oh, that's pretty good. It's a really bright green, very soft, even weave. I think this is 25 count from memory. This was supposed to be a birthday present for my D&D Dungeon Master last October. I started it, did really well, and then it got put away. So this will be a present for him as and when. The orange is the hand dyed. The needle minder is from Kate Blanford, and they're on Kate Blanford floss drops as well. This is it is a subtly variegated orange, and white and black, so it's again really nice colour palette. Ah, there we go. You can see how the bits are working on the floss drops. So tiny nudge hoop in there as well. Fits a load of stuff in. So let's pop that away. What else do we have? Oh, in here I think this was in one of the Paper Gang boxes. They've stopped now. This was one of the first ones I had, and still one of my favourite things that ever came out of any of those boxes. This is my travel one. So this just has tiny smalls, freebies from magazines that I've done bits and pieces on. I'm not going to get them all out to show you, but there's a birdcage one, this love one that I think I just about started, and that's the only two I've started. Oh, hello needle minder. There's a little tiny hedgehog needle minder that's a Catapillar cross stitch one in there knocking around. Cool. They tend to be the ones I take on flights and stuff. Haven't been on a flight since very early 2020. What else have we got? This was a present from my sister for my birthday a few years ago, and because of the bees, it is where my bees live. I'm only working on one of them at the moment. The plan is to do them all. This was another start with Helen, and has a needle minder that Helen very kindly sent me on it. She is my needle minder enabler. This beautiful one, which is also a Hello Treacle one, and this is a very small start, I think it's that way around, on Sleeping Bee. Where's the... hoping there's not too much glare. There we go. Sleeping Bee by the Blue Flower. I find the patterns actually quite hard to read. It's all kitted up in the call for, which is a range of hand-dyeds, some Weeks Dye Works, some Gentle Arts. I also have the Blue Flower, Tudor Bee, which I think I might do a colour conversion on because I don't love the pinks, and Quilting Bee, which is the first one I picked up. Picked them all up from Create Nostalgia. They all have the fabric. Quilting Bee is kitted up with the called for. I've started kitting up this one with random silks and threads and stuff that I have. But I'm slow. I really want to get this out, but I find I need really good light. I'm doing 1/2 on 40 count. I think it's champagne linen. I got it again from Create Nostalgia. So go and see Mary. The shop is amazing. The location is fantastic, and Mary is awesome. So I always try and go in if we're kind of heading that direction, but it's a good 3.5 hours away from us, so we don't go often. What do we have in this one? Oh, I have some loose stuff in here. Okay, we've got, and I don't think I think I've only got the pattern, so I can't show you. This is Positivity Rules by Catapillar cross stitch. This is 1/1 on 32 count, tent stitch. It's not a way I enjoy stitching, so again, it might get finished one day. If anybody wants it, I think I've got a bag. I think I might have some substitutions, but I've got a list. You'd have to buy the pattern, but if you want it started and want to do 32 count tent stitch for it, this is another Lakeside Needlecraft fabric flare. This is Paisley Twist, and it's really pretty fabric. This is also on the same fabric. This says stay home, it's too peoply out there, and then there's some like skulls and stuff to go around it. That's just done in DMC 3799. I don't know why they're homeless, but they are. So what's in here? Ah, the chessboard. Those of you that have been here before will have seen this. I was doing really well, and we had a falling out because it got a really big knot and then it went away again. So, and looking at the back of this, there are knots all over the place, particularly in the border. The border is long. I half regret doing the border, and also it does look really good. I've got a side and a half left to go. I've pinned it together with my needle. Okay, here she is. I don't know why I'm gendering my cross stitches, but pattern is by Peppermint Purple. The squares are all different backstitch designs, and then there's this mega border all the way around, which really does finish it off. But it's long and repetitive, and sometimes it's really nice because you can sit down and you can just go, yeah, sure, great. I know what I'm doing, but it just takes so long. So it will get finished. This was supposed to be a Christmas present, which I started for my boyfriend in July 2019, and it was supposed to be a Christmas present for that Christmas, and obviously it's now 2024 and it's still not finished, so maybe by this Christmas, we'll see. I keep saying this. It does make a bit of progress every year. We'll see. The pattern is beautiful though. Would recommend. I did it on 20 count white Ada and it's still huge. What have we got next? Next up we have some Catapillar cross stitch Christmas. I messed up on this one a while back, so I started with, this is Deck the Halls, I think this one's called. Really fun design, great colours, but I managed to find the centre and flip it, which means that I don't actually have enough space. I can't remember which top or bottom, so I'm going to have to do some jiggery pokery to move, I think, the bottom bit to the top. So, and I've just not got round to figuring that out yet. Again, might be another Christmas in July piece, but now I've got quite a lot of Christmas in July pieces, and July is only 1 month. Do I have a cover photo? No, I don't. Yeah. Okay, this is my first chatelaine. It's a very small chatelaine. I got excited. It's Maggie, aka Kitschy Whip's fault. But since I started it, I think I did like one evening on it and haven't done any more. So, if I can, where is it? Which is it on this bit? It is. It's on this tiny little bit with this very cute little star needle minder that I have no idea where that came from. No, I can't remember. I just have this tiny little pond in the middle. I bought the pattern. It's Christmas tree mandala. I can't show you the pattern because the picture, because all I have is the pattern. It's quite intricate. There's quite a few beads and some Petite treasure braid, and it's on some 32 count Lakeside needlecraft fabric that looks like trees. I can't remember what it's called. But that might make, I should join in with Chatelaine Wednesdays, but I forget. I don't know what day of the week it is most of the time. This one was supposed to be like a wedding samplery type thing. Again, the picture is just the picture of the pattern. It's going to be a turtle. It is in many, I think it's 9 different blues. I don't even know which way is up. And is on this aquamarine Lakeside Needlecraft. I was in the Fabric of the Month type fabric club for a while. It might get finished one day. I think I am doing it 202. But yeah, I went, that looks really cool, and didn't appreciate just how many colours are in there. And in this light, you can't even tell. Oh, here we go. Here's all the blues. Just lots and lots of blues. And, oh, I think we're into the final few. So, this one I keep forgetting about. Really wish I didn't, because it's a really lovely pattern. This is, I think it's called Stitcher's Invite. There was a stitch along, as in just like somebody organised a stitch along for the pattern when it was released. This is where I got to. It's a 32 count even weave. It's got a little bit of a pattern to it. The colours are gorgeous. There's a little house down here. It says, listen, I still want to be invited, but I'm not coming, which just feels really appropriate. There's, I think, a little cat here and some stuff. So it would be really nice to make more progress with this. And we'll see. We will. I think Charlie Feathers was the one who put me onto this, and she finished it beautifully like a year ago. And then last but by no means least, two travel cases from the Canny Fox. This one is my piece with my best friend. She's finished it. She did it on a 14 count Ada or a 16 count Ada, I can't remember which. Oh dear, I appear to have lost, no, there it is. Thought I'd lost the back of my needleminder then, but it's okay, I didn't. Needleminder again from Helen. It says, the patriarchy won't smash itself, dear. And doesn't it just need smashing? I can't get that to focus, sorry. And the pattern, which I am doing in teeny tiny stitches, which I think I might actually have a pattern on, is going to say roses are red, violets are blue. No, let's see. Roses are red, knowledge is power. Go smash the patriarchy, you beautiful flower. And I think I might have, there we go. This is what it looks like. Colours are really pretty. It's really nice to work on, but 1/1 on 32 count is hard on the eyes. So it's not a quick stitch, but the writing looks beautiful 1/1. So it will get finished and it will be tiny, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to finish it, but we'll see. The inside of this case has really cool mushroom fabric, which is the same that the Notion case is made out of. It's got sparkly there, a slip pocket there, pockets here, and a very cute pair of scissors that I picked up from when Michael Powell's studio in Cardiff was closing. And I kind of wish I'd bought more of them, but I didn't. So that's that one, and the final one is this case, and I can't even remember what is in here. Okay, so this, hey, it's another thing that I didn't finish for my husband. This is stitched on a piece of sample 28 count 1/1. I can't remember who the pattern is by, but it's Vincent van Gogh's Crows Over Cornfield, I think it's called. I did this bit in like a week and a half and haven't really touched it since. I was going to turn it into like a little keyring or something, maybe. It's one of my husband's favourite pictures, and I picked up the pattern from somewhere on Etsy. But it's very cute. But again, I went through a 1/1 phase, and then now it's really hard. So that is all of my whips. I thought I had my embroidery whip. I have one in this box. Two I don't, so I'll have to locate that. That is a beautiful pattern called Hearts 2, which will be in at least one of my other videos. By Jenny from Hope and Heart. I'm hoping to work on that a bit after I've finished one of the yarny things that I'm going to show you next, because I think it'd be really nice to get it finished. So, yes. let's have a look at some yarny things. So, I finished a cardigan. I made a whole cardigan that is just about wearable. It's too big in the back, but that's my fault for not measuring properly. Measure twice, people. It wasn't a cutting once thing, it was a stitching too much and then couldn't be bothered to undo a whole lot. It's a hexicardi. They're made out of 2 hexagons, granny square or granny hexagons, and joined at the back in a variety of ways. I will link the tutorial I used down below. It came from a YouTube tutorial. It was an hour long. It was really good. I've made one for my small human too, and yeah, it was good fun and easy to do. Whether I will do another one or not, I don't know. I find granny squares to not be that interesting because each round takes longer the further out you go, so little ones are fine, but if you do make lots of little ones, you've got to attach them all together. That was boring. I have nothing to show you. Other things I have been working on, I was bought this beautiful kit by my friend Ellie a couple of years ago, and the yarn in it is beautiful, really, really soft, proper wool, and it's to make a little duckling. Just see if there's a cover photo. Here's the little duckling. It comes with everything you need, including the crochet hook and even some Velcro to make your duckling fluffy at the end. I currently have, here's a duckling's head. And I think this is essentially a duckling's chest. I'm not sure which way round it goes. Progress is being made. It comes with all the wadding and the yarn. This is how much yellow I have left, so I'm really hoping that that's enough because I have a lot of brown and not much yellow. And then some different brown for doing, I think, like the eyes and stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll have a fluffy little duckling next time I video, whenever that is. So that's that. I finished a thing, and the thing I finished was a tension square, and that's exciting because A, I've never made a tension square, and that's partly because I've only attempted a couple of garments. The tension came out about right, so hopefully the garment will come out about right, but that relies a lot on me reading the pattern before stitching. It's for a beautiful thing called Beautiful Cardigan by Knitting the Carby, who is Kelsey, who also dyes the most beautiful yarns. She's based in California, which means they're not easy to get hold of, but I did pick up a couple Christmas before last, and they're gorgeous, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them because they're so beautiful. But she's released her first garment pattern, and it is a gorgeous cabled and seed stitch pattern, so if you can see the texture on that. I'm using Rowan Valley Tweed, and this is where I am at the moment. It's knitted from the bottom up, and then you knit you get to like here, and then you knit the sleeves and you join it all together. There is very limited sewing up, which is one of the reasons I'm excited for this pattern, because things will just live in the cupboard if I have to sew them together. This is the beginning of the cable. There's a bit of rib at the bottom. There's not a lot going on yet. I have gorgeous little polymer clay. I think they're polymer clay. Stitch markers from Little Chapel View Crafts. They're based in Wales. They sell online. These are biscuits. I've got jammy dodgers and party rings. There we go, party rings and cookies and digestives. And I've also got little mugs of tea and things as well. And I love them. And this needing lots of stitch markers was joyful because I get to use these too. The final yarny thing that I am doing at the moment is, ooh, I'm tangled up. Very tangled up, hang on. Unwrap. I'm trying some spinning. So, this is a kit from the Woollen Witch. It comes with a big thing of fluff. I can't show you the fluff because the camera is balanced on the block of fluff. This is very uneven. Hide my face. Showing you the wrong place. Very uneven, but the colours are gorgeous. I think it's called Meadow. It's 100% blue-faced Leicester, I think. It's really soft. Whether I will actually be able to do anything with this, like you can see I've overspun it massively, in the end is debatable, but it's a new skill. And something to do when I want to do something with my hands that I don't have to follow a pattern, I just have to draft and breathe. So yeah, so that is fun. That's all the things. That was a lot of things. We've been going for 55 minutes. I don't think any of them have ever been this long. I'm not going to edit. I'm going to try and get this up. I'm going to hope my phone doesn't have a complete hissy fit because I don't think it's got much memory left. A little bit about plans. Plans are to work on Adventure Awaits. So I want to get that finished. And then we had a lot of babies in the family last year, so I've kind of got a run of birth samplers that I want to do. So when I finish Adventure Awaits, I've got another one and I know what the pattern is for that one. So I will get that one going and choose some fabric for it and things. Working on my socks. I didn't show you my socks. I like to have a pair of socks on the go. I did finish a pair of socks for my sister, which were the Bird of Prey socks by Meredith Makes. She writes amazing sock patterns. They're so great to follow. She's got links to really good tutorials on the different stitches and techniques. This one I'm using a few of Mary's instructions for like the toe, and I'm going to use one of her heels because it's really well written and I'm still quite new to socks. This is very sparkly, rainbow coloured. I think it's called Vintage Tinsel, from West Yorkshire Spinners. It's a full ply, and this is my work train project, work commute project, or sometimes lunchtime project. And my tension is getting better with socks, which is good. So hopefully these ones, which are for my best friend, will fit her, because I have had some fit issues with socks. So that's my weekly just. If I'm sat in the car, it lives in my handbag in case I get 5 minutes. Chained Oblivion and Adventure Awaits are probably my plans for the time being. I'm going to pick myself up off the floor, go and prep dinner. We seem to have kept enough light to keep going. What you can't see is I've got a beautiful candle on the go from Great House Farm Stores, who are based in Wales, and it's their January editions candle in a beautiful handcrafted, hand-thrown pot. Sorry. And the last thing to show you, because I'm really pleased with this, is I've been wanting a traveller's style notebook. Some people call them strings journals, I think, as opposed to rings. Or a fixed bound one. I had this as a academic year day to a page planner, well, diary, years ago, like 7 or 8 years ago. Finished it, but the cover was so beautiful I couldn't get rid of it. So what I did, it had this strap on it already. I poked some holes in the top, added some strings and elastic, and then picked up some craft covered dotted notebooks. I've just set this one up, so I do weeks like this, and then literally just this for each day. Each one of these holds about 6 weeks. I've also got an annual planner, so I do like annual, monthly, weekly, daily. I'm going to try and do a bit more memory keeping this year, and I'm raiding my craft supplies in order to decorate these. So I put some paper on the inside, got a bit of stamps going on. I just used a big sheet to do like just a loose cover for this one. and then that was the front of the one that's finishing tomorrow. So I have done goals in the front of that. I'm trying a new way of planning and goal setting and reviewing and stuff. It started with New Year. That was never the intention. Just kind of happened that was when I had the time to set it all up. So to keep myself on track, if you're interested in that, I can do another video on it, maybe, who knows. I promise videos and then 8 months goes by. But thank you for hanging around if you made it to the hour mark. It's been great catching up with you. It's been great taking this time to have a chat. I will get better at this. Hopefully you can hear me. And the boiler, which I've just realised clicked in a little while ago, hasn't been too loud in the background. And I will see you again soon. Bye.